Hello everyone and welcome to another Pokemon Trading Card Game live video. My name is Jamie and today I'll be taking you through another deck which featured at the Gdańsk Regional Championships. That was about 2 weeks ago now. This was the third place list, but just before we do go into the video, if you do like stuff content and you want to see some more content related to the Pokemon Trading Card Game, then as always be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course like this video. So the Regional Championships is this weekend for Las Vegas, so I'll probably review some decks for that, especially on the first and the second place decks that feature at that event. But until then, I thought let's have a look at this deck because it's quite an interesting concept and we haven't seen too much of it as of late. So this is Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX. So it's a trainer Pokemon with 320 HP, which is, yeah, I mean, it's a decent amount of HP. There are a lot of numbers that can hit that, of course. But still, in comparison to the 330s and 340s, it's kind of a little bit low. But nonetheless, it's a dark type, has this attack here, Shadow Bullets for 180. Does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and has this ability here, Punk Up. So when you evolve it from your hand, then you can search your deck for 5 basic energy cards and attach them to your Marnie's Pokemon in any way that you like. So pretty good. Keep in mind that is Marnie's Pokemon, that is not dark Pokemon, so you can't attach that to other Pokemon, so do keep that in mind. And of course has a weakness to grass, which is relevant of course because there are a lot of grass Pokemon, Leafeons, Ogerpons, that kind of stuff. And of course a retreat cost of 2. So that is Grimmsnarl or Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX there. And so what other Pokemon best pair well with it? Well, probably is partner in crime is probably this Pokemon here, Froslass, for a Freezing Shroud. So during checkup, you put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon that has an ability, both yours and your opponent's. So normally this would be a bad thing, especially on your side, because you don't want to knock out your Pokemon. But they did play a very heavy line of Munkidori here, which is a 4. So 4 Munkidori here for its abilities, so as long as it has a dark energy attached to it, then we can move damage up to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So that's pretty good. So if you start racking up damage, then we can just move that damage over, and yeah, we can heal our Pokemon, we can set up plays, we can de-evolve things. There's loads of ways you can get knockouts with this. So that's the idea. Just rack up the damage with Shadow Bullet. Of course, you do have the bench damage there of 30 as well, and of course you've got Freezing Shroud, and then Munkidori, and you just chip away, and step by step you start to realize that yeah, a lot of the Pokemon get into those kind of 200 HP or 200 damage kind of area, and then you can start de-evolving some of them if there are evolutions and things like that and knock them out that way. So that is the idea. Or if not, you can also put them into one-shot range as well with Grimmsnarl, depending on how much damage they have as well. So that is the idea of the deck. So you have their, yeah, that combo basically. So you've got Grimmsnarl, Froslass, Munkidori. Other Pokemon that you have in the deck, of course, is 1 Fezandipiti there, flip the script. Do keep in mind this has an ability as well, so just be careful when you drop that. So you also have as well Pecharunt EX as well, so pretty much for a late game attacker. So has this attack here, Irritated Outburst. 60 damage times the number of prizes your opponent has taken, so very good late game attacker. But it also has this ability here as well, which allows you to switch your Pokemon, your bench Pokemon, your bench dark Pokemon with the active Pokemon. So that's very good, adds a lot of versatility. Of course, the active Pokemon is now poisoned, so normally that would be a bad thing. However, depending on the situation as well, you could also move damage over with Munkidori. So if you do take some poison damage, you can remove that damage and place it on one of your opponent's Pokemon instead. So that's the idea. So do keep in mind with Munkidori, you can't just take 3 damage counters from all of your Pokemon. 3 damage counters between 3 Pokemon. It has to be 1 Pokemon that you're moving the damage counters from. So do keep that in mind. Other Pokemon in the deck, Psyduck, pretty good for damp, just to try and avoid things or try and avoid your opponents using things like Dusknoirs and Dusclops, that kind of stuff. And of course we have also Yveltal as well for its clutch attack, so 20 damage. Not a lot of damage, but the added effect of it is your opponents can't retreat during the next turn, or the defending Pokemon can't retreat. So a lot of decks are reliant on things like tool cards to try and retreat. They are reliant on things like Skyliner from Latias. So not too many switching cards out there. So if you can get it stuck in the active spot, keep in mind that Yveltal doesn't have an ability, so it's not taking damage from Froslass. What you can do is keep the defending Pokemon in the active spot. You could also bring something up with bosses or counter catcher, and then just keep utilizing Freezing Shroud. And between Freezing Shroud and Munkidori there, move the damage over, keep that Pokemon stuck in the active spot, and take a couple of knockouts that way. So that's a potential play there with Yveltal. So another thing that's also really good about Yveltal is that it does have a free retreat cost, so it becomes very, very good in terms of being able to pivot between a lot of your Pokemon. Especially if a Pokemon gets knocked out, you can put Yveltal active and then switch it out after, depending what you want to lead with. So that is the Pokemon line. Let's have a look at the trainer line. So trainer looks a little bit like this. So Arven's we've got in there. We've got Buddy. We've got Lillie's Determination, so pretty standard counter catchers as well. The split of counter catcher and bosses is a 2-2 there. Air Balloon. So again, a lot of decks are reliant on things like Air Balloon to retreat their Pokemon. So that's where you can also use Yveltal to lock something in the active spot yeah, hope that they can't retreat it. So there is a lot of, especially for these kind of damage spread decks, there are lots of things like Pennies and Professor Tauros as well. So do keep that in mind. People are a lot of decks usually tech at least one, depending a Tauros or Penny, depending on the deck they're playing. So for Iono, and yeah, Spikemuth Gym as well. This is also very, very good for searching out your money Pokemon. That's your stadium in the deck. Energy Switch. So if you do put a Dark Energy onto one of your Marnie's Pokemon, what you can do is Energy Switch that over to something else. So that's pretty good. Technical Machine Devolution as well. So as the damage starts to rack up, what you can also do is de-evolve those Pokemon, and then when they go to the stage 1 form or even their basic form, if they've got more damage than they've got HP, then that just knocks them out. So that's also another potential play that you have. Other things in the deck, pretty standard, I would say. Night Stretcher, Ultra Ball, only one Ultra Ball in there. I don't really need too much in terms of searches because you do have Spikemuth Gym in there as well, so that also helps you search out your Marnie Pokemon. So, and also you have, yeah, so you've got the TM Evolution there as well. Nest Ball, only one Rare Candy, and the ace spec of choice is Secret Box. So that is what we are leading with here. Energy cards look a little bit like this, so just 9 basic Dark Energy there as well. So, but that is the idea behind the deck. So pretty much it's a damage spread deck. The idea is to just lead with Grimmsnarl, do 180, 30 to the bench, Freezing Shroud, Munkidori, move that over. That is the idea, and that's how we win games effectively. And so there's a few ways we can go for a knockout here. Just piling up damage, moving damage, or even just de-evolving things and getting the knockout that way. So, but that is the theory. I'll leave the list in the description box below, so you guys can go check it out if you want to test this deck yourself. But yeah, I'll leave it there for you. But that's the theory. Let's go play a game with it and see how it plays out. Okay, so let's see if we go first or second. We can choose. Let's go first. Why not? So hard to know if you're going to be Buddy locked or not. But if not, if Buddy was out of the question, then going first is certainly optional or optimal even. Sorry. So let's see. But good hand for going first, actually. So with Spikemuth there, Buddy-Buddy there. It's a good hand to go first with. Let's see. And we've got Team Evolution. That's very good as well. So we get a Snorunt there, Impidimp. Let's have a look. So is that how many Grimmsnarl? 1 Grimmsnarl in deck. We'll have to keep that in mind. Do we have 1 in hand? We do not. Froslass 2 in deck. That's good. 1 counter catcher. Didn't see any bosses in there, whereas 2, 1 boss, 1 counter catcher. Okay, try and make a note of that. Cool. Okay, very good. Let's get another Spikemuth there, and we can use that. And let's get ourselves another Impidimp there. Cool. So it's predominantly our bench space taken up. So we probably want to have 1 more Munkidori here. That would be the idea. So let's stick 1 energy there. And that's why I've only got 1, because we've got 1 counter catcher, 1 boss in hand. Cool. Great, that's fine. So we want to, ideally, we have an Air Balloon in deck as well, so we don't really want to ditch that energy. So we can get an Air Balloon out. Okay, there goes another Stadium card there, but that's okay. We can also Secret Box for a Stadium as well. Cool. Okay, so we'll have to try and get rid of this as well, actually, because that's pretty annoying. So, so the effective attacks and abilities of your opponent. Okay, so and abilities from the opponent's Pokemon. So we'll have to try and get rid of that because we do need to spread damage with our Froslass there. So okay, cool. So perhaps this might be a good time to get Yveltal here to try and lock this in the active spot and just force him to go with Fezandipiti here. Yeah, cool. Let's stitch that. Okay, so we want here we want that as well, and we want to get a Rare Candy here. Yes, we do. And I guess finally we need a supporter card. We'll get a determination there. That's pretty good. Why did I get Rare Candy? Oh, I know why I got Rare Candy. There we go. So let's get a Grimmsnarl there. So Rare Candy onto Impidimp there. Let's send Punk up. Yes, we will Punk up. 1, 2, 3, 3 maybe, I think is a solid play here. Just to try not overextend. We do want to keep some energy for, you know, oh, okay, they just conceded. Okay, all right, yeah, pretty short. So, but solid setup, solid setup. I was quite impressed with that. But anyway, short game. Let's go play another one and try and get a full game out of this. Okay, we can choose if we want to go first or second. Let's go second. I've played a lot of games with this, and I do tend to find that my hand is pretty jank. So I seem to not open up with things like Buddy-Buddy. So having something like an Arven turn 2 is very valuable. So like this, for instance. So we've got a Snorunt there, that's fine. So yeah, so Arven will go into Buddy-Buddy here, and then we can get ourselves another Snorunt and Impidimp and try and set up that way. So, cool. Oh, this is wait, is that just a regular Reshiram? Alright. Oh, interesting. Okay. This is a Charizard build, maybe? Alright, well, I mean, evolutions are pretty good. We do want to play against evolutions because we can de-evolve all that stuff. And with de-evolving, then we just knock them out. That's the idea, that's the play. So, okay, not too eventful. So let's Arven. Shall we get ourselves out a Team Evolution, and we'll get ourselves out a wait, where's Buddy-Buddy? Do we not have a Buddy? Is it prized? Okay. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, well, then we'll just have to Nest Ball and get an Impidimp there. Alright, and we'll try and set ourselves up there for next time. We'll get a... we're going to evolve this turn anyway. We'll just get rid of that. Cool, and we'll get a Snorunt there. That's fine. And then we have the Iono in hand for next turn. That's fine. Let's Evolution there. Actually hit for 40 damage. That's not bad. Actually, no, we can't hit for 40 damage. We need a... what am I talking about? We need a water energy, but that's okay. There we go. And a Morgrem down. Nice. Cool. That's okay. Try and stack some damage on them. So next turn we can lead with a 180. Rare Candy into Charizard. Okay, so note to self that Charmander has 80 HP for de-evolution purposes. Or you can just leave with 240 as well. Though 240 doing 60 damage to yourself, I'm not too sure that's a good trade-off there. Okay, alright. I don't know, maybe it is 240. I mean, maybe we can get some numbers with that, I don't know. So, cool, alright. Bosses, okay. Knock this out, I guess. Yeah, 260, 260, yeah. Yeah, maybe we knock this out, I don't know. I was just thinking if we should counter catch up the Charizard. 30, and that takes damage. Okay, we'll just Iono. I think we'll just Iono. Cool. Not very good at all, to say the least. So... although we do have Arven there, so Arven, TM, just thinking if we get an Arven and try and knock out the Zard that way. One thing that you can do is you can run your opponent out of rare candies as well. That's also another play. Although they're playing the other Charmander, so the one that has free retreat one has an energy attached to it, so maybe we can still rack up some damage that way. But yeah, well, we can also get a, assuming that they use, which I presume they will do, this Burning Flare attack for 240. That's just 10 damage short from being knocked out, so we can also put the damage from Munkidori onto, move the damage over, knock it out that way. Let's see. I got Mega Charizard. Okay. Okay, right. Let's lead with. What do I want to lead with here? I guess we're gonna get a rare candy. I think we're asking for too much here, but we'll just stick Impidimp active anyway. Cool, Nest Ball. Let's get what do we want here? We want a. Should we get an Yveltal? Maybe no, because then everything can attack there. Let's get a Fezandipiti. Lillie's Determination there. Nice. Actually, we did get a. We got a. There's a play here actually. This is actually not a bad hand actually. So yes, punk up. 1, 2, 3 is checkboard. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Let's get 3. Stick that on to Grimmsnarl there. What's in discards? Do we have? Yeah. Okay. And then we energy switch one of those onto Munkidori. And let's use Munkidori to move the 20 damage 1 and 2 over to this Reshiram. And take surprise there. We can try and get a hit on something now. So this applies a little bit of pressure here because let's hope they put the Charmander active, knock that out. Not really too much more to work with after that, I think. But let's see. Cool. All right. So let's see. Let's what do we want to do here? Do we want to knock that out? Put some damage on the bench. Next time we've got Arven de-evolve that. That could work. Let's see. So the script. Another Impidimp. Yeah, stick that. I think we need that. Cool. Okay. Not bad. That was a pretty decent turn in the end. I wasn't expecting that. Cool. And yeah, of course it's Terra, so they don't take any damage on the bench anyway. That's fine. So let's rack up the damage. Next turn with the Arven in hand, we can actually get a knockout on this active here. So 20 damage. So they take 10. We'll put 2 more on there with Munkidori. And then if we put an energy on there, if we de-evolve that, that's 80 damage. That will knock out the. Okay, this is a very, very interesting deck here. Although I do have a Mega Charizard in there. This also wasn't expecting that. Cool, nice. Oh, I see. Because they use the superior with the Mega Charizard. Got it. I get it. I get it. Cool, right. What do we do here? That's the question. Do they have anything in hand to work with? I don't know. Alright, so I'm just thinking here, if we knock out the Charmander, and then that way this is going to rack up some damage next turn Arven, does that work? That takes 10 damage, yeah. Tell you what we can do. So, how much are we short here? Yeah, we can't. So 180, 60 is 240. Maths. 180 plus 60, 240, 270. Maximum, we can't knock that out. Okay, so let's just guarantee the knockout here. Let's. Do we want to retreat? No. Yeah. What do we want to do here? That's the question. So we can use. yeah, let's just stick Pecharunt on the bench. Let's use it. Let's take Impidimp active. There we go. It's Arven. Let's grab ourselves, yeah, the TM there, and we'll get a... Oh, we can't, because we need to... Let's get a secret box for next turn, maybe. Stick an energy here. Let's take TM Devolution there. And we'll take one prize card, but that's okay. Yeah, I think that's fine, yeah. But we'll use Devolution, and we'll just get rid of this Charizard. So one prize card, but we get the knockout, which is the most important thing. So that's fine, and we take for the poison damage as well. So next turn we can try and move some things over. Let's see here. Another Charmander, okay. Let's see if they can evolve. If they can't evolve, this is pretty big. If they don't evolve and it's just double Charmander, I think we have game here. Yeah, okay, I think that's game, right? So, bosses, knock that out 30. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I think that's game. So, let's go. We could have also just switched it in with Pecharunt as well. 180 knockout. Actually, no, we need to boss that one up on the bench. There we go. That's knockout 30. Do we have... I thought we had... Is my maths very off today? It is very off today, yes. So 30, so we can move some damage over. Okay, no, that's not game. What was I thinking? That's fine. Cool. So 70, and then going into the next turn, that will be knockout. So that's fine. Do we had another Munkidori, yes, we could have moved some damage over, that would have been game. So it doesn't matter. I think we're still in a pretty good position. Do we want to do anything here with this? I guess just to guarantee for the next turn that we have a backup attacker there, we'll stick that onto there. Move all that Impidimp. Cool. Oh wait, we do have game. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. Cool, that is game. Yeah. I forgot we've got the 30 damage on the bench. For some reason I was thinking it's a Terra Pokemon, I don't know why. That's why I was thinking it doesn't do any damage. Oof, okay. But we did it. We got there. Yay. Yeah, so nice. All right, interesting deck. So yeah, I mean, evolution. Generally, you excel with evolutions because you just de-evolve stuff and you just knock them out. So cool. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking there. Perhaps it was a Terra Pokemon or something like that. I don't know. So I forgot about the 30 damage on there. So, but either way, yeah, that is Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX there for you. So this was the list that came third place at Gdańsk at the regional championships. Next week is the regional championships, I believe, in Las Vegas. So what I might do is take some decks from that and play some games with them and yeah, see what decks win. I think not long after that is the Latin American International Championships as well. So we'll see how that goes and what decks feature there as well. But yeah, list is in the description box below. Go check it out. Play it yourself. See what you think of the deck. And yeah, if you do like this type of content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And of course, like this video as well. That would be great. But otherwise, guys, thank you very much for watching. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one.